person. He said I would have taken school seriously throughout, and I would have learned to code or play the piano rather than watch too many shows. Okay. So this guy who is saying he would have taken school very seriously, he actually did very well in school. He does very well in school. Hey, this guy. So he does very well in school. He's smart. His mom is smart. His dad is smart. The genes was passed on to him. The genes were passed on to him. He's very smart. And this is what he's saying. And yeah, personally, I would have also learned how to play the guitar. I was actually learning, the guitar broke. Like, it literally broke. So, yeah. So this is what the guy said. It's interesting. I think that everybody should learn to code. It's important. Okay. Now this one is very interesting. It's a good friend of mine. She has her name. I'll mention her name, but I call her Na. It's not my cousin. I call her Na. And she said, "No friend, just a loner." And I was like, "Ish, we need friends." And I was like, "People need people." And she said, "Nay." And she said something. She said, "Betomenyo."
Nipa the receipt. Me say nipa the receipt.
Hey, Nipanye.
Me say nipa the receipt.
And so yeah, I had conversations with this friend with respect to friends and the effects that friends have had on them. Friends are something. She said Nipanye, man no good, but Nipansi. Yeah. You see, nobody was built as an island. Everybody needs somebody. People need people. But those same people can become devils. Those same people can become angels. I don't know. Man just has that weird tendency of flipping out on you. There was actually one comment I left out from Facebook. It's from my uncle. Shout out to Papito. He said I would have learned how to become Bill Gates' friend. Aye. There's something in the scriptures that says, he who walks with the wise is wise, but the companion of fools is destroyed. He didn't say he that walks with the wise will be wise. He said he is. That means once you start, you are. It's just like I said in my previous videos, that you pick from your environment. So we are an amalgam of things that we've seen, heard, observed, felt. Things that we have actually picked up from our environment. So that's why they say birds of the same feather flock together. That's just the way it is. So friends there, they can really have an influence on you. So you want to be wise, just select good friends. Jesus had people he was moving with. But people were saying that he was a friend of sinners. There were people he was seeing and talking to. He went to Zacchaeus' house once to go and eat with them. But he had friends, people he had around him, who he influenced. The disciples, the Bible says at a point, the Bible says that they spoke, and then people who knew that they had been with the Lord. So, you know, your friends tell a lot about you. You get my point. So those things are it's very, very imperative that you select your friends. Personally, I'm selective. I'm very, very selective with people in general. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but so far it has been good. And my friends too, I'm selective, like with people who I call friend and who I know. You get it? So let's see, it's time that I'll tell the outcome of events, whether I made a good choice. But so far I think I'm on the right track by God's grace. The rest will be based on my choices. Alright. So yeah, now it has come to me. What would I have done different if I was younger? A lot. So I wouldn't have done much different. I would have done a lot different. I would have learned to play an instrument, the guitar. I would have written a lot of verses down as a musician, like as a rapper. I would have done a lot of, and I wouldn't procrastinate. I do that a lot. I also wouldn't. I would have taken school seriously. I mean, I'm not doing bad with my grades currently, but I have taken school seriously. I mean, I was wasteful with some things. I would have not there were some relationships I wouldn't have started. There were some I would have held on to. I wouldn't be afraid to lose. That's one thing that a lot of people are afraid to lose. So they just, and they're afraid to be alone. I don't know why people are afraid to be alone. Don't be afraid to be alone. I mean, being lonely is not good. Maybe I'll deal with that subject, but don't be afraid to be alone. It's not wrong to be alone. If you are alone, master being alone. How do I say it? Just master to be alone. Enjoy yourself like as a person, but you just can't be alone like that. Know God being alone. Do you get it? It's important. So there are many people who are afraid of loss. So they hold on to things and people they are not supposed to. A lot of people feel that when they lose something or somebody, they'll be alone. No, it's not so. You had friends in JHS that you are not friends with, and you have new friends now. So how would you be alone? I mean, it's not. Sometimes it's scary, but you shouldn't be afraid to let go. You shouldn't be afraid of loss. Don't be afraid to lose people. Don't be. I'm not saying that just go around losing people, but don't be scared of it. Don't be frightened about it. Alright, I would have learned how to drive earlier. I would have learned how to swim earlier. I mean, there are many things I can't go into details with respect to things I would have done different if I was younger. I probably would have read a lot. I'm not a big fan of math. I'm good with numbers, but I'm not good at math. It's funny. I'm just lazy when it comes to math. It's not something I can't do, but lazy. Probably would have read a lot. I probably would have been. Another one of my friends said on WhatsApp, he said he wouldn't have listened to people a lot and would have started doing things with respect to public relations and public speaking especially. And so yeah, shout out to Mr. Baden. Yeah, another person said it's very personal. So yeah, but I think that a lot of us would have done things differently when we were younger, and I think that it's not too late. A lot of things not too late. You can catch up on things. So yeah, I think that this is the end of it. Thank you for sticking by. I hope it was interesting. And I hope that we picked up a thing or two from here. So God bless you. I'll see you guys next week. Yes, and I think I'll be dropping some freestyles during the coming weeks. That's what I said I was going to start the channel with. So as I said, there was going to be a lot of rap on this channel, but I just have 3 up. So I think that I'll be doing a lot more of that with time. So yeah, so let's see how things go. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for staying. And God bless you. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.